This is lesson 10-4, perimeters and areas of similar figures. Remember, similar figures have the same shape but not necessarily the same size. So perimeters and areas of similar figures. If the scale factor of two similar figures is A over B, then the ratio of the perimeters are going to be the same exact thing, A over B. Okay, so the sides are in the ratio A over B. That doesn't mean the sides are A and B, but the sides are in some ratio that reduce to A over B. The perimeters are going to have the same ratio, so the ratio of the perimeters is the same thing as the ratio of the sides, A over B. With the ratio of the areas, though, we actually have to square those numbers, so the ratio of the areas is A squared over B squared. Okay, let me show you that with an example. So the trapezoids are similar. These two trapezoids are similar here. Okay, their angles are congruent, their sides are in proportion. So the trapezoids are similar in the ratio of the lengths of the corresponding sides. I'm just going to take the side from the first trapezoid and the side from the second trapezoid. So the ratio of the sides is 6 over 9. And then if anything can be reduced, I'll always reduce it. So I'm going to divide by 3, and my ratio then is 2 over 3. So that's the ratio of the sides. Now remember, the ratio of the perimeters is the same thing as the ratio of the sides, so the ratio of the perimeters is also going to be 2 over 3. The perimeters is the distance around it. It doesn't mean the perimeter is 2 and the perimeter is 3, but whatever the perimeter is, it reduces to 2 over 3. And the ratio of the areas, I have to square each of these numbers. So 2 squared is 4 and 3 squared is 9. So the ratio of the areas is 4 over 9. Okay, and this is true for any similar figures that we have. So the ratio of the perimeters is the exact same number as the ratio of the sides, and the ratio of the areas, you just square each of those numbers. So let's look at another example. The area of a smaller rectangular pentagon is about 27.5 centimeters square. So the area of this pentagon is 27.5. And I want to find the area of this larger pentagon. Okay, so now I know the ratio of I have the sides right here. The ratio of the sides is 4 over 10, and I'm going to reduce that to 2 over 5. So that's the ratio of the sides. Now remember, if I'm talking about the ratio of the areas, I have to square each of these numbers. So 2 squared and 5 squared is 4 over 25. So that's the ratio of the areas. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to set up a proportion. I'm going to take the ratio of the areas, 4 over 25, and set it equal to the actual areas. So 4 over 25, I have the ratio of the smaller pentagon and then the larger pentagon. These are the ratio of the areas. The actual area of the smaller pentagon is 27.5, and the actual area of the larger pentagon, which I'm trying to find, is A. And then all I have to do is cross multiply. So 4 times A is 4A, 25 times 27.5 is 687.5, and I'm just solving. So I'll divide by 4, and the area of the larger pentagon is going to be 171.875. So knowing this will allow me to figure out the actual area of certain figures if I know what the ratio of the sides are. Okay, we'll try another example. So the triangles at the right are similar. I want to find out the scale factor, and I want to find out the ratio of their perimeters. So I actually know their areas. The area of the smaller triangle is 50, and the area of the larger triangle is 98. So I'm going to write 50 over 98, and this is the area squared. Remember, the ratio of the areas is A squared over B squared, and then I have the actual areas, 50 over 98. Now this 50 over 98 can be reduced. They're both divisible by 2. And I have 25 over 49. And notice these are now perfect squares, right? So I know that A over B equals 5 over 7. So that's going to be the ratio of my sides and the ratio of the perimeters. So the ratio of the perimeters equals the scale factor, and they're both 5 over 7. Or I can write it like this. Okay, and that's it for today. So that's ratio of perimeters and ratio of areas. And you can fill out your summary sheet, and we'll try some problems in class tomorrow.